Can't see still. So don't laugh. Okay. So, what we're talking about today, do you remember when we talked about conjunctions? Yeah? Who can give an example of a conjunction? Raise your hand. Raise your hand of a conjunction. Tristan? And what else, Nora? Remember? Before, not before. Do you remember when we had that whole fanboys thing written out? I don't know if I still have it in here, if I took it out. Can you remember fanboys? Do you have one, Haley? Or. You have or, so we have and, or, if. Isis? What would the B be? Or the B be? Nora? Because. Remember, but? We wanted to do this, but that happened instead. So we have if, we have and, or, but. S would be, no, Bethany, do you know? Or do you have a different one?
I have a different one that you can do, however.
Ooh, however. Have one, Tristan?
Therefore.
Therefore, Isis? So. Okay, so that's a good list of words right there. So what we're going to talk about, we're going to do a little introduction to the compound sentence. Because when we write our sentences, we need to know how to properly add our commas and our periods and those conjunctions. We need to know how to mash them all together. Okay? I don't know if you were here that day, Mitchell, so now it's going to just be a good refresher for you. So this is just a short little video. Where's my mouse?
It's right on top.
There it is. Okay, so here's just a short little introduction to it. So let's see what they tell us.
The compound sentence. The compound sentence is a sentence containing two or more independent clauses connected by a coordinating conjunction such as and, but, or. You can visualize it something like this. Here are our independent clauses,
Can you hear okay?
and here they are linked together by one of our coordinating conjunctions,
Okay.
and, but, or. Remember, as we learnt in our video on independent clauses, you can also think of an independent clause as a single, complete thought. So, what does all of this look like in reality?
Okay, so you see?
Here's an example.
Pass.
I opened the door, and I went outside.
Okay, so can you see? Here's one sentence. I opened the door. The other one?
And
I went outside. What conjunction are they going to stick in there? And. So you have a sentence, independent clause, and then you stick a conjunction in there. Okay, let's see how they write it.
Notice that both of our independent clauses are single, complete thoughts, and that each could stand on its own as a simple sentence. Here are a few more examples to illustrate how this works. Morton was starving, and Webster was full. Again, notice that we've got two complete thoughts of equal importance linked by our coordinating conjunction, and that each could be a sentence on its own. Here's another example. Morton loves basketball, but Webster loves football. And finally, should Webster have a hot dog, or should he have some popcorn?
Which one?
Lastly, don't forget that compound sentences are made up of two or more independent clauses connected by and, but, or. This means that you can link as many independent clauses or complete thoughts together as you like to make a compound sentence, so long as each of your clauses is a single complete thought and each is linked using one of our coordinating conjunctions. So you could put together a sentence something like this. Webster went shopping, and then he chopped the ingredients, and then he stirred the soup, but he burnt the main course, and this left him sad and hungry. The key is to make sure that you fully understand what a complete thought is, and that you remember to link each one together with an appropriate conjunction.
Webster had a rough
Subscribe to the Morton and Webster channel.
Okay. Let me pause this. We don't need this anymore. We're gonna use the screen now. If I set this up over there, can you guys tell me if we can see me okay?
Yeah. I can see your hand.
I wonder where I should put it. You can see me okay. Can you still see
No.
all that stuff over there? Can you still see it?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I can see. Then we're gonna close out so that we can't see me anymore. Don't look at me. Don't look at computer me. Look at real me. Perfect. Okay. So, and, but, what was the other word they said? They had and, but, and.
Or.
Okay. We'll add that to my list. So we're going to look at how we can combine some different sentences with these words. And we need to throw a comma in there. We need to know where to put the comma. Because the comma helps you know when to take a breath. Kind of a little pause in your reading. So if I said, let's see. Oh, if we said, Webster went to the store, and then he did this, and then he did that, and then what did he do? He burned his food. If I didn't take any pauses in there, I would just keep reading and reading and reading. So we need the commas to know when we can take a breath and when we can pause. Can you put that on? Okay. Person in Mitchell spot, as quick as you can, get out a whiteboard. Person in Mitchell spot. And Elena, you can get it since there's nobody in that spot. Person in Mitchell spot. Get out your whiteboard and your marker. Ready to go. Because we need to know how to combine and write these sentences. Oh, but do it without talking. Do it without talking. How fast can you do it? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Voices off. Or I'll have to mute you again with my remote. So, you don't want that to happen. Okay, here's two sentences. Do you remember how we said there's two independent clauses or two complete thoughts? Let's look. Are these two complete thoughts? Cherokee, can you turn your body here too so you can see? The students finished class. They went to lunch. Are those two complete thoughts?
No.
Yeah, look. The students finished lunch.
Class.
They went to lunch. Those are two complete sentences. Oh, sorry. The students finished class. I was just thinking about lunch so much. Then they went to lunch. Okay. We want to know how are we going to write these properly and combine them. And we need to throw our comma in there. Raise your hand if you know which conjunction out of these ones. We're going to pick from these today. Out of these four, which one would be the best to put in between these two thoughts to combine them? Raise your hand if you have an idea. Isis, which one would you use? Which one? Which one of these? We're picking from these.
Oh.
And. The students finished class and they went to lunch. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's learn how to write it. So you can put your whiteboards down just for a second. Just for a second, because I want to show you how we're going to write these. The students finished class. That's my first one. Can you all see? Am I writing okay?
Yeah.
Okay, the students finished class. We want to know how to combine it. Okay, this is where you put your comma. You always put it before the, what are these words called?
Conjunction.
Conjunction. You put your comma before the conjunction. And what did we say?
And.
Am I going to have another capital letter? If I'm combining sentences? No. And
They went to lunch.
they went to lunch. What do I need at the end?
A period.
Period. This is a compound sentence. You've combined two sentences and you put them together. Bethany, you need to put that away. We're not working on that right now. The students finished class, comma, and they went to lunch. Do you hear how you can take a little break there now with this comma? The students finished lunch and they went, or finished class and they went to lunch.
Yeah.
No, the students finished class and they went to lunch. You just take that quick little pause. Okay, so now this is where you're going to write it out on your board at your tables. You're going to work together. Here's some new complete thoughts. Pick from these conjunctions. Pick from these ones. Okay. He had homework. He left it at school. How are you going to combine those two? You're working with your group now. How are you going to combine these two? You need a comma in your new sentence. You need a conjunction. Okay, work as your table. The person who got the whiteboard out is writing. You work with your group. So which Which one makes the most sense? Don't forget, you need a comma and a conjunction. Which one of these makes the most sense? If your group is done, put your finger on your nose so that I can see. If your group is done, put your finger on your nose.
Can you do possible
Two ways. You could switch those up, couldn't you?
That's not how you start.
Alright, you almost done? Last two? Alright, Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Okay. Hold up your boards so we can see them. Hold up your boards. So I think I see everyone chose the conjunction, but I see some good things, and then I see some things that you kind of left out. Some people have capital letters at the beginning. Look at yours. Did you put a capital letter for the first key?
Yes.
Because what is this? It's a sentence. So you still need to have what at the beginning?
A capital.
Capital letter. So I see you wrote it like this. See if you agree. If you agree, then put a thumbs up. He had homework, comma, but he left it at school.
Yes.
Put your thumb up if you agree. That's what I saw for yours. I know you guys had a different one, but we're going to do this other one because we only have a few minutes before we need to get ready. So I wanted to give you a chance. I made an animal one. Do you remember how I was just loving researching elephants?
Yeah.
Switch the board to the person on the left. Person on the left. No, that's left. That's left. Hey, do it quick and quiet, guys. Quick and quiet, or we're not going to have time. Here's your sentences. Oh, if you're talking, you're not going to see what you're doing. So, Toby, you should have the board. Oh, did you spill? Okay, just grab a paper towel. I know, hold on. Alright, Scooby-Doo. Where are you? We got some work to do. We do have work to do, so you need to turn your voices off. Someone's spilled, they're cleaning it up. It's okay. Your eyes are going to be here. Let's look what I learned about elephants now. Elephants are huge mammals. They eat up to 600 pounds a day. which conjunction can you pick to combine those? Where's your capital letter going to be? Where's your comma going to be? Ready, set, go. Work with your group. You ready? No? Then I guess you should start. Cherokee, open your group. How can you open? You're going to have to know how to write, right? So make sure your pen is helping. If you're not writing, you're still helping. That's what we always do. If your group is done, put both hands in the air. If your group's done, put both hands in the air. And then turn your voices off if you're done. Then turn your voices off. Yeah, you can raise the roof if you want, but silently raise it. Silently raise it. He's always really raising the roof silently. I love that it's silent. Ready? Okay. Hold up your boards if you're done. Oh. Isis and Nora, do you have yours? This is the last one we're going to do. We got to get ready in just a second. Okay, ready? Hold up yours so I can see. Oh, okay, I see. These are the two words that I see people chose. Ready? I saw this one. You can put your boards down now if you'd like to have tired. I saw this one. I think either one would work. When I wrote it, I would have used so to mix it up a little. Because sometimes in our writing, we use the word and a lot, and it gets really repetitive. So we'll say and. So see if you would have written it like this. Elephants are huge mammals. Do I have a comma now or conjunction? Comma. So they eat up to 600 pounds a day. Okay, if you got the whiteboard out, put it away. Erase it and put it away. Tomorrow we're going to take a closer look at your sentences and how you can combine them.
Are we outside?
We're outside, as far as I know.